Hi guys, sorry, let me adjust my camera. Alright, so welcome to pregnancy week 23. So excited, it's getting so much closer to the day that I'm going to get to see her. And it didn't really strike me how close the day of her arrival is. I have that baby Gaga on my personal Facebook page where it updates me each week and lets me know where I'm at in my pregnancy, what's going on, and all that stuff. And it also, whenever it updates on my page, everybody else can see it as well. So below it, after it tells you how many weeks you are, it also shows below that how many weeks you have left in your pregnancy. And so far in my pregnancy, I have got, and it's kind of like, oh gosh, I've got so much I gotta do and I'm trying to like cram it all in there. But it says I've got 17 weeks left, you guys. So crazy. And if you think about it, I'm actually delivering at 39 weeks, so I'm one less week shy of that. So it's getting here super quick. I feel like this pregnancy is flying by quicker than my other ones have. And just really trying to cherish every moment in this pregnancy, and finding out that it was a little girl is such an amazing surprise and experience, So yeah, anyways, I wanted to also let you guys know in the beginning of this video how my appointment went, because I told you guys she was diagnosed with IUGR, which is, which is intrauterine growth restriction. And that's where the baby's measuring smaller than it should be at that gestational age. You can actually look it up on the internet. It's actually pretty common. It's like 10% of pregnancies, it occurs in. But you can also read it in your What to Expect When You're Expecting book. I actually mentioned that in my last video, and I mentioned what page number it's on in the 4th edition book. So if you want to check that out and read up a little bit on it. Anyways, my doctor appointment, I had it at Vanderbilt, and it's also a children's hospital. Had the ultrasound done with a specialist, and then afterwards I had the consultation with the doctor on how everything went and what, she saw on the ultrasound pictures and stuff. It was a very thorough ultrasound. They looked at everything, things that I've never seen on an ultrasound. I actually got to see her eyes, like her eye lens. And I've never seen that on an ultrasound picture. So that was really amazing to get to see. I got to see her aorta, which is that main artery that runs from your heart. And it looked like a little candy cane. It was like, whoop, kind of like it was upside down laying on its side. But yeah, just things I've never seen on an ultrasound before I got to see on this one. And I've actually got some pictures to show you guys. So I'll show you those here in just a few. My appointment was on Thursday, October 24th, so just a few days ago, and as soon as I got there, she did my blood pressure, and that was 122/67, so it was really good. And then she checked my weight, and that was 141 pounds. Now last week I was 140 when I updated you guys, so I've gained a pound since then, according to that appointment. We'll do a live weigh-in at the end of this video as well. I did have her double check when we went back for the ultrasound to make sure it's still a girl, and indeed it was. All her measurements, because they measure the, the bones to see how big those are, and it tells you how many weeks according to how many weeks you are as well. I look so tired. Sorry. I can see myself in my camera and it's like distracting me. Anyways, they also measure the circumference of the head, and she said, now this is going to be the main important one, and she measured the circumference of the abdomen, the belly. She said, this here is what's going to tell us if the baby is actually smaller than it should be. So as soon as she did that, all the measurements were accurate. They were right on schedule. I was 22 weeks and 6 days at that appointment, and everything on her was measuring like 22 weeks, and 2 to 4 days. So right on schedule. I mean, she was just perfect. They didn't see anything wrong. They made sure that, her toes were attached, her fingers were attached, her hands were where they were supposed to be, her feet were where they were supposed to be. They checked her spine all the way down the column of the spine to make sure there was no lumps, nothing. She was perfect. So that was such a big weight lifted off my chest. Like I could breathe, because I told her, I was like, I've been sleeping on this for 2 weeks now, and just so worried because this is my third and most likely my last child, and it's a little girl finally after having 2 boys already and already suffering a miscarriage. So I was like, oh, she's got to be perfect. And in the back of my head, my faith, I knew she was going to be okay. I knew even if she did measure small, she was going to be 100% healthy. So that was the peace of mind that I was being gifted from God. You know, I just felt like I already knew she was okay. So it was really nice to have that confirmed. Her heartbeat was 139 beats a minute. She was very cooperative. She did move around quite a bit, but she wasn't moving around as much as last time when we were trying to get a gender scan. There were no abnormalities found, not even Down syndrome, nothing like that. So that's really amazing. The only thing that after my ultrasound, I went into a room and had the consultation with the doctor, and she pulled up on her computer in her office I hear my dogs barking. The pictures that I had done on the ultrasound in front of me, and went over each one of them with me and told me what she was seeing and what everything was. And she said the only thing she couldn't rule out was any kind of heart defects, but she said according to what she sees, everything is okay with her. So that's really good. She went from the 9th percentile. Now you guys remember me telling you my last ultrasound, she was in the 9th percentile. She had went from that to 23, which was really, really amazing. And she is also already over 1 pound. She was 1 pound and 1 ounce. So she's just barely over 1 pound. So she is perfect. She is measuring right on schedule where she's supposed to be. And I couldn't be any more happier than I am right now. I am just really, really blessed and thankful that she is okay. It was really funny because she seems to be a funny girl already. I told you guys at my gender scan when she kept like opening up her mouth and stuff, and how just she wasn't very cooperative at all. She was just being a very, very active baby that day. Well, my last ultrasound on Thursday, she was a little more cooperative, and she was doing this thing. We were trying to get a picture of her feet, and she was taking her toe, and she was moving just her toe like this. Like she was tapping it to music, and it had us all cracking up in the room. Like I was like, what is she doing? And she was like, wow, I've never seen a baby just tapping their toe. Normally they're like kicking their whole foot, and she was just moving that one toe. So it was pretty cute. And then she took her hand. She had her hand, it was kind of like, it wasn't fully fist, but it was kind of like this. And she just went 3 times, like a judge taking his mallet, and boom, boom, boom. So she did that, and I felt it when she did it too, because it was right over my bladder that was full because I'm having an ultrasound done. And yeah, it was pretty funny, but it's like she knows when to become active the most. She is already head down. Now keeping in mind, she is still small enough to flip around, but the ultrasound tech said it is good that she's already head down at this stage, because normally if they are, they kind of stay that way. And her head was buried like really, really low. I told her, I said, well, I've been feeling a lot of movement on my hip bone, on my left hip bone, and every now and then I'll feel something on my right, sometimes at the same time. But I told her I'm starting to feel movement at the same time as my left hip bone and up above my belly button, just kind of like diagonal from where my left hip bone is. And she told me, she looked and she took the little Doppler thing and she went way down because she was trying to get a picture of her head. And she said, wow, your girl is really, really low. I said, well, she's been on my hip bone apparently. She said, yeah, that's her head. I was like, so that's what I'm feeling down there. And she was like, yeah. She's like, and you're probably also feeling her, like her elbows and her arms and hands too whenever she's moving them around. So, and her feet are like up here at the top. So her being a very active baby, oh my goodness, when she gets bigger, I just know she's going to be all up in my ribs. So my uterus was actually measuring a little bit bigger than it should be, but she told me that's perfectly normal because it is my third pregnancy. She said after your first baby, your uterus never actually goes back down to normal size. So she said mine was measuring just maybe a few like centimeters higher. And I told her, I said, well, I guess that's a good thing then because she's got more room to move around. And she was like, oh yeah, you know, so anywho, she's doing great. I'm so thankful. I, you know, had the consultation with the doctor afterwards when she was reviewing everything with me, and she said it's likely that she had either hit a growth spurt or the measurements were off whenever I had that ultrasound done at the imaging center before. So one or the other, really don't know which of the two are true, but she also told me that if my doctor suspects, you know, any kind of thing being off, you know, if she decides to do an ultrasound herself and sees that the baby's measuring small, or, you know, whenever they measure your, you know, fundal height with the tape measure and that's measuring a little bit smaller, she'll send me over there just to double check, make sure everything is still going. And all those results will be sent to my OB. So I have a doctor's appointment with her this next Wednesday, or maybe it's, yeah, Wednesday. It'll be on November 6th. Not this next Wednesday, but here in a couple weeks. And that'll be at 9:20 in the morning. So she'll be thrilled to know that I'm having a little girl. I'll be able to tell her that. And that I haven't had any vomiting episodes. I have been tired a lot these last couple days. It's been hitting me like in the afternoons. I kind of feel like I did in the beginning of my pregnancy, where you just all of a sudden get really, really tired and you feel pooped. And I've just been really exhausted, but I'm kind of like having to push through my day. I'm sleeping really good at night though, so that's good. Haven't really had any nights of where I couldn't sleep, except for maybe one or two. But other than that, I'm sleeping excellent throughout, you know, this pregnancy. Sorry, I got cut off on my video, my last part there, but like I was saying, other than that, I've been sleeping pretty good through my pregnancy. My feet have been hurting me, and this has been something new this week. My feet have been hurting me about midday or evening, and then I noticed at the end of the day before I go to bed, my feet are actually swollen. It's not a huge amount of swelling, but it's enough where I can see it because I can't see like the bones in the top of my feet, and in the morning when I wake up, they're there. So at the end of the day, my feet are swelling a little bit. I have been craving just sweets, period, you know, this week. There hasn't really been a specific food I'm craving or, you know, anything like that. It's just sweets. I want sweets. And I've actually been taking, because I made cake pops for my gender party and I had leftover chocolate frosting, and I've just been taking a spoon and dipping it in the chocolate frosting and eating spoonfuls of it. Definitely a girl if you're doing that, I guess you could say. But yeah, chocolate's never tasted so good until you're pregnant. Her movements are coming in more of a pattern now. I have noticed that maybe that what I'm possibly feeling are hiccups, because I'll start to feel this rhythmic movement with her where it's low in my stomach and it's kind of like a jerk, and it comes once every so many seconds, and it does it about 5 or 6 times and then it stops. So I don't know if it's hiccups or her just kind of jumping around in there, moving, trying to get comfortable, but one or the other. I really don't know just for sure yet if those are hiccups. I've been dealing with some achiness in my lower back, as well as my feet, which I've mentioned, and in my hips. Mainly all of this when I'm walking for a certain period of time, like more than 20-25 minutes, I'll start to notice it. And at the end of the day, you know, it kind of hits me. And sometimes in the mornings when I wake up, I can feel it. I've had a couple headaches this week. I think it's been more of caffeine related, where I just need some caffeine. So yeah, it's one of those headaches. Like you know what your different types of headaches are, and this has just been one of those throbbing headaches. Like whenever you bend down to grab something, you stand back up, and then all of a sudden it's just going woof, woof, woof. So yeah, definitely been dealing with that a couple times this week. I've also noticed some nose stuffiness, and I've kind of had that throughout my whole pregnancy. But since I've been reading my What to Expect When You're Expecting book so far, since the beginning of my pregnancy, all through until where I'm at now, no stuffiness has been a symptom. So apparently that's just something pretty common in pregnancy, but I'm having to blow my nose like every single day. And even when I do blow, there's nothing there. It's just stuffiness. I'm still dealing with the sensitive bleeding gums occasionally when I'm brushing my teeth. I've been dealing with itchy breast and stomach this past week, and it's not been like all over, it's just been certain areas. So I'm trying to not scratch and claw at them because I've heard that can make stretch marks worse, which, speaking of, I haven't got any yet. I haven't been peeing but once through the night. I don't know if that's because I'm sleeping so much better and I'm just not having to wake up to go pee as often, but during the day I can definitely see a difference in my peeing activity. I'm having to go more often. And, but yeah, like at night, I wake up one time to go, and that's it. So, but when I wake up to go, it's like, I've really got to go. I've started clearing out the spare room for her, which was the room my mom was in. Used to be Caleb's old bedroom. Caleb and Timothy is going to continue to share a room. We're going to get them a set of bunk beds. And, we are going to put her in the room. Since she's a girl, she'll have it to herself. So I'm going to be getting that set up for her. I've already got a theme picked out. I've got a friend that's going to be coming over here in the next few weeks to help me paint. She is a professional interior painter, so I've got something really fun to do in mind, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. I can't wait to do a nursery tour video and show you guys. The baby this week, her skin is saggy because the skin actually develops faster than fat, and her skin is actually translucent, like you can see through it. You can still see the bones and the organs. But by the 8th month, that will no longer be an issue. She will start to have enough fat deposit where you can't see through her skin anymore. She should be 8 inches in length, and she's the size of a large mango, and she's just over 1 pound. So I wanted to show you guys some of the ultrasounds the pictures that we got from our ultrasound visit. This is where I had them double check to make sure that she was still a girl. And when she showed us on the ultrasound, she kind of backed up a little bit and you could see like the 3 lines, but you can't see that here. But she said, you know, there's definitely nothing there. So she said it's for sure a girl. And then here, this one is my favorite. Oh my gosh, I love, 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 love this one. I'm gonna turn it this way. You can see her nose here with her little nostrils and her lips and her chin. Look how big that girl's lips are. They are so big and plump. Oh, I'm so jealous. The ultrasound lady was actually kind of funny about it though, because she was like, it's kind of like seeing a kid smash their face up to like one of those like glass windows where they're going like this. So yeah, I thought that was too cute. She wasn't very happy though whenever, and you can also see her chin down here too a little bit. And this is actually the placenta over here, but her chin's right behind it. Every time she tried getting a good picture of her or something, you know, she would get mad. And yeah. And here is her hand, her left one. You can see her thumb, and then her 4 fingers. So sweet and precious. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait till she's here so I can see what she looks like. And I've been looking at this one over and over because it's just my favorite. I've been trying to do this so I could see if she's got my lips. But I can't tell because my husband's actually got a pretty good set of lips on him too. So, but so cute. I love the hand. That hand is so perfect. And like I said, this one's just my favorite. Anyways, I got some baby buys to show you guys, and we'll do a belly shot and a live weigh-in. My video is probably starting to get long, like they always are. I had showed you guys this frame a while back, but I had ended up going on ahead and putting her ultrasound picture in here, her profile pic. So I put that in there, and it looks so cute. You can actually see the divide between her lips here. So I thought that was really neat. So we got that set up, and I'm thinking about putting a pink bow up in the corner or something. Bought her this outfit at Kohl's. They were $10.99. Well, they were retailing for $20, on sale for $10.99. I had 2 $5 off coupons, and then I used a 15% off since I used my Kohl's charge card. And I ended up only paying, well, with my Kohl's charge card, I ended up only paying 92 cents out of pocket. So I had a total of $19.16 savings. So we got her this newborn Carter's, and it's got the nice little long sleeve on there with the little part that you can pull down over the hand so she don't scratch her face. It's got a cute little adorable monkey on there and a little bow right here. And then here is the bottoms. I love these little monkey butt. And then here is the other onesie. It says Mommy's Cutie. And it's got a little bow up there at the top of the collar too. Love. And I went on ahead and made her a matching bow for it. And it looks super cute. Here's her bow. I don't know if you can see how well it goes with it, but yeah. Made her a matching bow with the colors in it. And I just got to get her some crochet headbands. I'm going to make her a bow holder too. I'm thinking about doing a tutu bow holder as well as a frame bow holder. So she's got one of each because this girl's going to have so many bows. She ain't going to know what to do with them. Since I make them, obviously. So, yeah. Made that one this morning to go with this outfit. So, not sure if this will be her take-home outfit or not. But that is the baby advice for this week. So, let's do a belly shot and then a live weigh-in. And I'll talk to you guys next week for week 24. You can tell my shirts are starting to get tight. You can see where they're pulling. Here's the front. And this side. My pants are starting to get a little tight. You can see I'm getting what they call love handles. So, at my doctor's appointment, I weighed 141. But last week when I updated you guys for week 22, I was 140. So 142. Now I'm really rocking on the pounds, you guys. Alright, we'll talk to y'all next week. Bye, guys.